Girl, I can take you back. Baby, I'm sorry. Girl, you know I would love to do what you want me to do, but oh baby, I'm sorry. Oh yes, I am. I don't want you back. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Girl, I'm really sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do. I'm sorry.
Let me see if We Noise is on with us tonight. Yes, those of you joining us via We Noise Radio and TV, we say a special good night to you as well. And I hope that you all have been having a fabulous day into the night tonight. Yeah? As we are heading down to Carnival 2026, Spice Mass, yeah? All of you taking part in the various activities, we hope that you do so safely, yeah? Remember, don't be leaving the children at home to head out to Spice Mass and those kind of things. No.
Between rich and poor, rich is getting greedier, poor is getting hungry.
I remember speaking to some healthcare professionals and they were mentioning that around Carnival time, there were actually people that would, quote unquote, poison their children. Yeah, give them different things to get them sick. So like they would feed them bad food or give them different things to get them sick so that they end up in hospital for the few days of Carnival. That'll jail them so. All of them so. When they find out to do that, jail them. Yeah, some of them doing it to the elderly as well. Getting them sick because they want to be able to go online for Carnival. So they're getting the children or the elderly sick. So they end up in the hospital. And while they're in the hospital, they could go and play the mass and so on because they're being taken care of. But you could kill the people. I mean, come on.
So if we know
but on more than one occasion, I've heard of healthcare professionals speaking of that actually taking place. So you're looking for it, jail them. Yeah. Anybody to catch you that nonsense, so deal with them harshly, yeah? Full extent.
The religious things we used to practice is in the drain. In some place they don't let the children pray.
And until after the Carnival, this may be our final Friday program until after Carnival. Because I realize the numbers on the Friday have dropped off. The interest in the Friday has dropped off. So we may shelve the Friday program until after Carnival, after this Friday.
The master should be fussing everything, but they put in the master last. They give the vanity and the philosophy first priority.
We'll continue the Monday to Thursday, but we may shelve the Friday until I'm still iffy about it. Let's see what happens with the numbers by the end of the program tonight. Do pay attention to the numbers, yeah. Because it takes a lot to come out and do the show. There's a lot of reading, there's a lot of sitting and looking over videos, there's a lot of searches, there's a lot of things we have to do to put together the program. And if the interest isn't there for it, it really isn't worth it for us to go through all of that and then on a Friday people don't show up for the show. Yeah. While we do appreciate those of you that do, what we can do is we will have something, but it just won't be live. Yeah. So you may have a pre-taped program coming on a Friday. Yeah, that could be one of the approaches that we use. So there is something there.
Sun is getting hot and we get it.
Because we do appreciate those of you that are here every single night.
In a forest.
And especially those of you that are here early, like those of you listening to me now who are always here and always here early.
Oh, a good environment. They just keep on polluting. And the
You know, if they had Groovy back in the days, this is one of the men that for sure, would have won a 1 or 2 Groovy Crown by now, yeah?
But natural disasters we got to face doesn't kill much people.
The one we played before, Sheldon Douglas, yeah, he would have definitely won a 1 or 2 Groovy Crowns back in the days. And Squeezy, yeah, for sure, yeah. Flying Cloud, for sure. These guys would have definitely won Groovy Crown back in the days.
And no fire burning and water falling, and more warriors around and peacekeeping. More disease passing and no medicine.
Tonight we will be speaking about Project 500, various aspects of Project 500.
So if we now put a hand to have this you,
and housing in general, yeah?
and if we now give a damn for the young generation.
So we realize it's one of the issues that the National Democratic Congress is trying to run away from. Why are you trying to run away from your own creation, Project 500? So they throw out a small something every now and again and they say, well, we did this, we did that, we built the 17 air, blah, 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 and then they disappear. They're going into major forums now, and you recognize that they are pulling back on speaking on Project 500, yeah? Yes, indeed. Folks, I do hope you all have been checking the voters list. Don't wait until these fellas close their eyes to give them the flowers now, man. Man like Squeezy, you gotta give them the flowers now, yeah? Because all you know if it have a party and this song dropping it right now.
Well, we could wait, let young overcome him. So he went and raped Mr. Wait. Big fellas in authority, they tell him pull out, but he still kept going on, telling them to rush them out. All out they begging, over and over, he kept applying more and more pressure. And all of Mr. Wait balling, pulling out at all at all. Mr. Wait crying, who said no one to pull out? Mr. Wait balling, who said no one to pull out? The man is a mayor, who said no one to pull out? Then he come from Iraq, who said no one to pull out? Go pull him up, pull him up, pull him up. Who go pull him up, pull him up, pull him up? That say Mr. Who said no one to pull out? Who go pull him up, pull him up, pull him up? Hey, who go pull him up, pull him up, pull him up? That say Mr. Who said no one to pull out?
So as I said, I do hope you all have been checking the voters list and that you all have been paying attention, checking for your name first of all, making sure that your name is there. And remember, 2 people can carry the same name. Make sure you check if you have your voter's card with you, you check your registration number and so on.
Hussein say he making it clear. All who
So check your voters list,
run come for this.
confirm your name.
They don't care how people say thinking, but from since he was small, look where it belongs to him. He knocked you down on the ground, and he start to carry on. He pop out the bosom, little poet, well done. Now Miss Poet, she start to smell Mr. Hussein bust up the oil well. Little poet crying, Hussein no one to pull out. Little poet
Jesse Sherry, good night to you, my dear.
to pull out. The man,
Brother Adrian Watson, Mrs. Watts, good night to both of you.
and he come from Iraq.
Pastor Casimir, good night to you. And of course, your lovely wife,
Pulling up, pulling
Martin and Ms. V.
up, pulling up.
Yeah, I ain't getting a chance to pass these days. School closed, so I don't have to be passing through. But good night to both of you.
Pull him up, pull him up. Who go pull him up, pull him up, pull him up. That say Mr. Hussein no one to pull out.
Martin, JJ telling me you want to pass by you when we passing. You know, he telling me you want to pass. You want to go and see Uncle Martin. You know what you want to come and see. You know very well what he want to come and ask you about, don't you?
Many people say I was in a bad fever, and all he wanted was Bush to cool down the temperature. They bypass Africa, point in America. They send for the Bush doctor. The man started to do his thing. Tension started increasing.
Good night to Margaret Felix, yeah, John Mark, Winnie Simon.
While they have him down in the mud, bombing Israel with this God.
Yvonne Courtney, good night to you, my dear.
No one to pull up, people who is ball.
Mommy George, good night.
No one to pull up, the man is a maniac. No one to pull up, and he come from Iraq.
Solomon, good night, bro.
Go pull him up,
Yes, Solo.
pull him up,
Bull, good night, Bull.
pull him up. That's it, Mr. Hussein, no one to pull up. Who go pull him up, pull him up, pull him up.
And my good friend out of the US who called me today. Yes, message received, huh?
Say no one to pull up. Pull him out, pull him out.
Folks, don't forget, yeah, donations are still being accepted. We always have things that we have to do. We always have things, and we try to help people in and between as well when we can. These days we get requests and we really can't. As it is, we really can't these days, but we do try when we can. So don't forget, you can donate at the following. You can go to pay.gotofet.com and you can donate there, or you can use PayPal. So we are on PayPal at paypal.me, Sheldon Scott 473. So you can go to either one and you can make your donation. We will be putting this back up at the end of the program again, so you'll have the opportunity to take the information if you do not take it now. So you can go to pay.gotofet.com /484 or PayPal me /Sheldon Scott 473. And you also have, you'll see it passing at the bottom of the screen in a while. You will be seeing the information for the bank account if you want to make a direct transfer.
Pull him up, pull him up. Who go pull him up, pull him up, pull him up. That's it, Mr. Hussein, no one to pull up. Who go pull him up, pull him up, pull him up. Who go pull him up, pull him up, pull him up.
Yes, indeed.
Mr. Hussein, no one to pull up.
So I've checked, I've made sure that my name is there. I hope you have checked. There's supposed to be nobody who's listening tonight that has not yet checked the list. Even if you're not in Grenada, you can check online. We've showed you how to check online, so you should be able to check. So even if you're not in Grenada, you can still help. Yes, so you can check online even if you're not in Grenada. So whether you're in Grenada, you're outside of Grenada, check the list. Make sure that you're there. Those of you here in Grenada, check the list. Make sure that you're here. Not only in the communities. If you can't find one in the community, check online. I know there was a concern by some folks about one in Lamode. Let me just get the locations where the list is in Lamode. Good night to you, Mr. Nimrod Olivier. So he says there is a list posted in Super Shop in Lamode by the bridge and in Moraine Shop up in St. George Estate in Lamode, right? So there's one by Super Shop in Lamode, that's by the bridge, and there's another one by Moraine Shop up in St. George Estate. So those of you in Lamode who are wondering where the list is, because probably I assume that it's not where it usually used to be put. They probably used to place it in different places. I know there are places sometimes they put the list on a lamppost, you know. Yeah, they just put it on a lamppost in a particular area because there's no shop, there's no nothing. They put it on a lamppost there for people to check. So check the list in your area, wherever it is. If in your area there's no list and you could get to check online, check online. If there is nowhere to check it on the list itself and you don't have access to online, let me know. Hit me a message on 421-7279, and I say specifically to message me there because if you message me on the 440-7377 outside of the time of the program, I usually don't get the message until when I come and I put back on the system. Yeah, that's when I get some of those messages, and so when I get back in and I put back on the computer there, that's when I get those messages. So 421-7279, you can send a message there. Send your name, where you're supposed to be, and I'll check the list and get back to you and let you know that, yes, your name is on, or I can't find it. We need to investigate further. All right? Nice. Beautiful. Yes, indeed. It's a Friday night, man. Loose up yourself a little bit, you understand? No, I ain't no DJ. You know?
I never know so young as a promoter. Not until I went to get some money die home. She started asking me what I up to and what I want to take she on me to do. She said once a singer want to sing, she could try to get me a top she label.
Yeah, I think some information just came in there.
Darling, once you have music for the dance hall, you make me wine and make me ball, I give you all. I'm giving you all my business. Take it or leave it. I'm giving you all my sweetness. Look if you want it. Make somebody dance, make somebody prance. Take my honey and kill somebody. When you say, make somebody dance.
Okay, folks, so just got the information. The price of fuel in the state of Grenada remains the same.
I'm giving you all my sweetness.
A decrease in the 100-pound cylinder and kerosene, but everything else remains the same.
My honey, baby.
So gasoline remains at $17. Diesel remains at $17 as well. Kerosene has seen a decrease from $14.99 down to $12.64, a $2.35 decrease.
This is very nice of you, but I think it would pose a problem.
And when it comes to the cooking gas, the 20-pound cylinder remains at $40, as it has been for many, many years now. The 100-pound cylinder sees a $20.75 in decrease, yeah. That's from $296.75 here, nearly $300 day boy, what? Down to $276. And bulk gas, that's the cooking gas LPG, it has gone down from $3.05 to $2.85.
Take my money and kill somebody. When you say, make somebody dance, make somebody dance.
And we see the prices in Carriacou and Petit Martinique for the cooking gas, yeah. The 20-pound cylinder remains at $49. 100-pound cylinder goes from $320 to $299, a $21 decrease. And the same situation with the bulk gas, yeah. So cooking gas remains at $17. Not cooking gas, sorry, your vehicle here, diesel and gasoline, it remains at $17. Your 40-pound cylinder, no, I keep saying 40 pound, it's $40, yeah. Your 20-pound cylinder remains at $40. I think these prices take effect in the morning. Yeah, I believe they take effect in the morning. So, yeah, you look out for that. And remember, as it is right now, for the past 7 days, the United States has been pounding Iraq again. The Strait of Hormuz has been shut down again. Iraq has, not Iraq, you see, I go listening to Squeezy a while ago. Yeah. And Iran has started back the process of bombing U.S. bases in the Middle East and Bahrain and 1 or 2 other territories. So the conflict has started back up. So expect the cost of the fuel to go back up for a period of time until things cool down. But they've started bombing the living daylights out of each other again.
I'm giving you all my sweetness. Look if you want it. Make somebody dance, make somebody prance. Take my money and kill somebody. When you say, make somebody dance, make somebody prance.
You know what? We're going to open the phone lines. Because I realized someone was trying to call. I'm not too sure why. So we're going to open the phone lines of 440-737. 7377. We're going to open the phone lines. You can call direct. You can call us on the WhatsApp as well. I'm going to give you all the opportunity now because when I get into the Project 500, it may be a while before I take the phone calls. So let me give you all the opportunity if you've got a call on any other issue right now. So 440-7377.
Boy, me and you could organize big promo, but you just want to take me honey and go. It's good to try something new, my friend. You never know where you will get better. Boy, you.
And folks, remember you've got the start of that football competition out there in St. Mark tomorrow. Before we go to that, let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Scott.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Not so bad, and you?
I'm quite fine. You go right ahead.
Yes, Mr. Scott. Well, I mean, you're doing a great job, eh? And I have to
I try.
compliment you. You've had money, I'd give you the world.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I tell you, if I had money, I'd give you some of that money because you're doing a great job.
I understand.
And I want to thank you for all the information that you put out. Because things I wouldn't hide behind curtain and closed doors. You expose.
You have to.
And thank God for you. But tonight, Mr. Scott, something is bothering me. And you know, when I listen to this man they call KG.
To who?
Bear with me, eh? KG.
You know, I doesn't entertain conversations about that.
I know you don't entertain that, but just listen to me.
But why you wasting your time to listen to them? Listen, I like certain types
No,
of music.
I was listening to Mr.
like.
Pierre, but I even call Mr. Pierre.
Well, go ahead.
And I deal with him.
Go ahead.
I call Mr. Pierre and I deal with him. KG say compare 4 years to 9 years. NNP has not done anything in Grenada.
Yeah, but you know that's nonsense, and everybody listening knows that's nonsense. Why you all even bothering with this guy? He's taking. Listen, the valuable time you're taking
right.
up to deal with him is time you could have been dealing with another issue that they don't want us talking about. But anyway, I'm allowing you because I feel like you want to get it off your chest. Go ahead.
I want to get it. I get it off my chest, you know.
Go ahead.
I just say I'll call it tonight and let you know.
No, but go ahead.
Because I talked to Mr. Pierre about it.
Yeah,
I say, Mr. Pierre, KJ know what he getting, that is why he doing what he doing. You know what he benefiting from. And me, listen to me. Me and KJ used to go to the Berean church together. They used to have seminar. They used to go little food and thing, and we all go and have the little discussion. And to listen KJ as a big man tell all these lies. KJ don't give me no hoops. Even to try into hold a string. Because if you could do, and you was a man who teach in the class. You also was edifying the class when we were there. And this is what you come in and teach us now. Lies. All the wrong thing Mr. P talks about. You never one day tell Dick me wrong. Let me look into the bottom of the story and see where the story is right and where the story is wrong. You never say one day, Mr. P, but I find that was right. I find that is wrong and I find that is right. All the come in and say that rubbish. But I don't want to take up much of the program, eh?
Let me say this though. One of the things that these individuals are doing, they're trying to be strategic and they're trying to be slick and they're trying to be smart. Now, if they recognize that you have 1 hour, they are trying to take up as much of your 1 hour to put out their message using your platform. Remember, these people could easily get a mixer because their party has millions upon millions of dollars. Don't ask me where they get, but they're rich. They can easily get their own stuff, put it together, and do their own program. But they don't want to do it there. They think that if they get their message in on the NNP platforms, they will be able to convert some new National Party supporters or some middle-of-the-road supporters to come to their side of the argument. If they flood, because for instance, these were the people that were talking about fowl farm and shrimp farm. When we put out the information on fowl farm, all of a sudden they stop talk about fowl farm now, or they're trying to throw it in and between, as though it is still something. When we expose the fact that the NDC were the ones that destroyed that, and the NDC and senior people within the NDC and associates of the NDC are the ones holding the how much $100,000 that was placed in the bank.
Because I listened.
They don't want those discussions and those things to take place and those information to come out. So they try to manipulate your time as much as possible. And I'm only taking time to say it because I want us to know what these people are doing. They know that they cannot call here because I will deal with them differently. Mr. Pierre is a very nice man and he will deal with them on his level. This ain't no democracy here. I'm telling them straight. This program is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. I in charge.
That's correct.
So they're not going to come here and utilize here to put out their party message and the nonsense that they want to put out there, because it is clear to see that I can put up, and I've said it here before, and he's listening right now, and he's giggling to himself because he's saying, look, I had them talking about me here when they could have been talking about Project 500. But we will. I have time. I have time. I could go until 12 o'clock if I want. I have time.
Right.
The thing is this, that they can do their own thing on their own places. We have our places where we can discuss what we want to discuss and let the Grenadian people know what is taking place. Nothing that we have said here, they have been able to come and say, Sheldon lie. Nothing that we have said on this program have they been able to come and put out something and say, that is not true. This is the truth in relation to it. Yeah?
Sure.
They are hoping that we forget things like what took place at the hotels with the young ladies that were working there. They are hoping that we forget that and never speak about that again. But if they think, if they don't know me, they lie. They lie. They know me. If they think that the stupidness that the Director of Public Prosecutions acting did the other day, where he came out and totally compromised the investigation into the death of Nealon Franklin. If he thinks, if they think that coming out and doing that will make us stop calling for the things to be done and done in the proper manner, because what was done there is not legal, is not correct, is wrong, no matter which way you look at it. The DPP have nothing to do with that. So what they did there, they think that's going to throw us off. So, hey, they go leave Nealon issue alone. They go forget about that and they wouldn't talk joke they making. We will do, not because I ain't talk about it for the last week or two, means that I'm leaving it alone. And I know when I'm going to talk about it again. We will be raising the issue. They said they're doing coroner's inquest. Joke Joe, do you hear anything again since then? It's nearly a month.
None.
You've heard
so much,
nearly a month now. You've heard not another word about any coroner's inquest in relation to the death of and even though the coroner's inquest, as it is right now, is not being done in the way that it was supposed to be done in the first place. So, so they're trying their very best to muddy the waters for whatever reason regarding issues like this and many others. The Kawana Bay Hotel and the payments to the investors, not to the developers, to the investors. All of these things, they don't want us discussing that. They want everybody to call the program and cuss them and focus on them instead of focusing on these issues. That's why I don't bother with those individuals. And they know if they call here that they will be dealt with dread. So they're not going to call. Even when we invite them to call, they wouldn't call. Remember the time I had to call him? Because he would not call. He will not call here. And he's not invited anyway. We don't want him here. Stay away there. You could go and do your whole program.
That's true.
All right, my brother.
But just before I go, my condolences to Mr. Dragan, from a police officer in Goa, St. John's. He lost his wife.
Okay.
I think last week or this week, somebody was got the information this afternoon that the wife passed away. And so my condolences to the church members, all the brothers and sisters. Sending out our condolences to him, and we ask God to give him strength, because in this time of death is not easy. It is not an easy thing to go by, because when I lost my brother, it was very, very tough for me. Even my mom, I still also continue to bring back memories. And then I come in the house, sometimes I look and I say, it's like a singer, but God is good, and we just pray for strength and guidance and protection for him. We ask God to keep him in his care, at this moment because it's a grieving moment.
Okay, my brother.
You know,
We see
so,
many other
then
people trying to call, so let's give them a chance now. All right.
have a good night.
Okay,
Hear me,
brother.
brother.
Thanks.
Bless.
Yeah. Yes, indeed, folks. 4407-377, giving you all the chance to call before we get into the discussion on the Project 500. I know several folks were trying to call there, so I just want to give you a chance to call now so that we can, start dealing with the other issues. Yeah, that we can start dealing. Let me take this call. All right. Yeah. So, hello, good night. Oh boy, what happened with that call? Let me see if that person will call back. Yeah, let me see if they're gonna call back. We did try to take the call. Let me see if I call them back instead and see. Yeah, because I see that person was trying to call. Let me see if I could get back to them. Yeah, and I think I've got them on the line. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, your partner, man.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
What's up?
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
good.
I send them things for you watch what going on.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, I send them photo on them for you, so I send some videos. So then
Okay.
you will see what going on.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, they're on the road.
Okay, now don't drive and
Yeah.
and be on the phone. Okay.
Yeah, okay then, yeah.
All right.
All right,
Thank
good,
you.
bless.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yes. So I'll check that out. Didn't the song win road match or something? I think this actually win road match. Yeah.
Sweet little Indian chick, looking healthy and fit.
So those of you in St. Mark and surrounding areas,
Chaplin music from wall to wall. Indian making back and up.
the Duquesne Football Club in collaboration with Dr. Mayana Charles,
Roll up the tassa babu. Roll up the tassa babu.
they present a small goal competition out there in Non-Pareil, St. Mark.
Roll up the tassa babu.
That's going to be taking place from this Saturday,
Babu. Big
and it ends down in September.
I hit.
8 aside, compete, show your skill, and take the prize. And the prizes are first place $2,000, second place $1,000, third place $500, and fourth place $250. They say it's the World Cup of Non-Pareil and St. Mark. Let's see who's the Mbappe and who is the Messi and who's the Ronaldo. And I just call him name. I doesn't watch football. Registration fee is only $200.
Danny and Peter
And you can call 538-9720
family. We have
and 406-2060.
telling Babu.
That's 538-9720
They sing
and 406-2060.
tassa babu.
You can call those numbers to get registered
Babu. Betty jamming. Roll up
for the football competition. And next thing they say, we registering people.
tassa babu. Betty jamming.
So that's from tomorrow. Doc, let me know what time it starts and so because I'm seeing that it starts tomorrow, but I don't have the exact time that it starts. So remember that one is starting tomorrow, and I think we've got a caller on the line. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How are you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good. You go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Hey. Yes, Sheldon. Sheldon, NMP continue to go around the island. I've been in town hall. I want to big up the NMP for that wonderful talk by all them town hall that they had so far. It was excellent, wonderful. All them person at the head table give a good account of themselves. That any question was asked to them and they answered the right way, and we are satisfied with the answer that we got. I'm satisfied. So, I want to say to the MP party, continue with informing the people and letting them know what is your plan, what is the plan. We have to rescue Greater Caribbean people in Martinique from this group of vultures and everything. Sheldon, have a blessed night.
All right. Good. Thank you so very much. Yes, indeed, folks. And also, before I forget as well, The New National Party St. Patrick West PD6 constituency group branch. They're having that breakfast and also that barbecue luncheon tomorrow. Breakfast starts at 6:30 a.m. Barbecue time starts at 1 p.m. That's going to be taking place outside Jalisa's shop out there in Mount Rich. They're also going to be having some all fours and dominoes and music, and they're going to have a high school bar and thing. It's a real thing taking place out there. On the menu, coconut bakes, fry bakes, saltfish, sauce, eggs, a sausage, turkey, ham. Just $15. And for the barbecue chicken and fries, you pay $15 as well. So those of you in St. Patrick West or who would like to visit St. Patrick West, that's a good time to do that. Head on out by Jalisa's shop tomorrow at Center Road out there in Mount Rich. Good night, Mount Rich. Listen, no, but by some folks are asking if they're seeing the names of people who don't live in the area. And so once you cannot put a face to the name, or you put a face to the name and you know that face does not live in the constituency, and so you can challenge it. Speak to your constituency representative. If you're in Carriacou, Petit Martinique, you need to get a message to Senator the Honorable Nolan Cox. You're in St. Patrick West, you need to get a message to Mr. Jelani Glean. You're in St. Patrick East, you need to get a message to Mr. Robert White. Yeah? If you are in St. Andrew Northeast, you need to get a message to Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters. St. Andrew Northwest, you need to get a message to Teacher Lisa Francis. Yeah? Marcia Francis. We don't say Teacher Lisa, but Miss Marcia Francis, you need to get a message to her. St. Andrew Southeast to the political leader, Honorable Emlyn Pear. St. Andrew Southwest, you need to get a message to, I could forget Amanda Japal George name. What's your name again? Miss Amanda Japal George. So you get a message to her. St. David, you get a message to Mrs. Nolene Thompson. And let me go on the other side before I deal with Tong. If you're in St. Mark, you need to get a message to Dr. Mayana Charles. If you're in St. John, get a message to Mr. Alvin Dabrio. If you are in St. George Northwest, you get a message to Dr. Adrian Joseph. If you are in Tong of St. George, you get a message to Mr. Troy Noel. If you are in St. George Northeast, you get a message to Lieutenant, yeah, calling him by a big name, Lieutenant Nimrod Olivier. If you are over in St. George Southeast, you get a message over to Senator the Honorable Dwight Hosford. And if you are in St. George South, you get a message to Mr. Christopher Diali. All right? You get a message to them, yeah? And they will help you be able to get the form that you need to do. There's a form that you need to do as a constituent to challenge a name on the list. But I'm saying again, focus heavily on the addendum. The list of the people that are new to the list. Focus heavily on that list. We could deal with the consolidated after. You only have a limited amount of time before these people are placed on the consolidated list. But one of the problems I've been having is that you're finding that the people who are on the addendum are already on the consolidated list. And that needs to be challenged. You cannot be on the consolidated list yet. If you only registered between April the 1st and June the 30th, you are to be on the addendum. After the 7-day period, if there are no challenges, then you are placed on the consolidated list. Other than that, what's the need for the addendum? Now, if you had a chutney soaker in Grenada, this gentleman definitely, God bless his soul, he's gone to the great beyond with a one, eh? Yeah. Wasn't beating the great Tangler in that match. we have to ask ourselves the question, why is the National Democratic Congress running away from Project 500? Why all of a sudden they are trying to obfuscate and muddy the waters and the thought processes of the average Grenadian regarding the promises they made when they spoke of Project 500? Remember, it was them on their platform that promised the Grenadian people that they would be building 500 houses per year. It wasn't the New National Party that came and made that promise to the Grenadian people. It was the NDC that made that promise to the Grenadian people that is what they would be doing. I'm looking for and for some reason it disappeared from me. But I was just looking for the clips with that. Yeah? The New National Party's history, track record in relation to housing can never, ever be matched by the NDC. Never. Because when you hear the Prime Minister, the present Prime Minister making statements like, let me play one of the statements that he made here. Yeah? Let me play one of the statements.
This administration has provided more housing support to Grenadians than any other administration since Grenada has become an independent country. I give you an example. We've sold the apartments that were built by the people and government of China. A single apartment on the former Minister of Housing, before he became the Minister of Health, is sold for 45,000 EC dollars. You can't buy a car in Grenada for 45,000 EC dollars, right? The double bedroom apartment.
Folks, I could show you many cars that you could buy for $30-something thousand in Grenada, $20-something thousand in Grenada. Yeah, recent imports as well. Prime Minister obviously doesn't know what he's talking about, but when you're lying, it's so. And the worst part is when you're lying and you actually start to believe your own set a lie. Chan, no.
Apartment is selling for 75,000 EC dollars. And we've partnered with the credit unions and the financial institutions to make the financing much more affordable. So I can go on and on. The bottom line is that we don't wish to prey on people. What we want to do is ensure that we can give them a step up, a lift up, and also encourage them to understand that.
Now imagine saying you don't want to prey on people, but houses that people would have gotten for next to nothing, that were for low income people, you took it away from them, you priced them out of it so that they would never be able to afford it. You priced them out of it and then saying you're not preying on people. You see how these people and them wicked?
Being on government assistance or government aid is not going to make you well off if you're not prepared to work, if you're not prepared to be productive, if you're not prepared to educate yourself, if you're not prepared to build yourself.
And that's the sort of nonsense they go to some of these forums and speak. And people are actually sitting there and listening to that nonsense without challenging it. Because there is no way. Listen, after Hurricane Ivan, the amount of houses that the NNP had to do, and that was in a 4-year period. As I said when I started with this, I wouldn't be taking the call, so you all got to hold on now. Yeah, within that 4-year period, between 2004 and 2008, because the New National Party was voted out of office in 2008, and therefore the continued construction of homes to the Grenadian people ought to have taken place under the NDC. But it did not. Yeah, it did not. Remember what we was facing, you know? Remember, let me just show you some of what we was facing back after Hurricane Ivan. This is some of what we was facing. This is that was just coming down to Grand Mall Day. This was down by the National Stadium. And the galvanized and thing you see there were galvanized that was collected in different locations, and they were storing it there. Then they brought in a machine to package it and to get it out of Grenada. But all of that was being brought down by the National Stadium. So the galvanized and so that you're seeing there. And this was just a few months after Hurricane Ivan. This wasn't a year after Hurricane Ivan. This was just a few months after Hurricane Ivan. And these were the homes of people, not just in the town of St. George, but in St. George Northwest, St. George Northeast, South St. George, etc. All different places. The galvanized and so was brought down to the stadium location, out on, not on the playing field as some people does do. It was brought there and it was placed on the outside section. It was collected and so, and then it was properly taken and disposed of in the proper manner. They brought in a machine there, I could remember that was folding everything, compacting everything to get it out. But this was after Hurricane Ivan. This is what Grenada faced. The NDC has not faced any challenge like the NNP faced. The NNP faced a challenge where 85% of your housing in Grenada were either totally destroyed or seriously damaged. 85% of your houses in Grenada, your buildings, not just homes, your schools, your medical centers, everything. 85% of them were either totally destroyed or seriously damaged. The other 15% is not that they weren't damaged, they just were not damaged as seriously as some of the others. But this is what remained after Hurricane Ivan passed at people's houses. Yeah? And the New National Party had to deal with this for the entire island. The entirety of Grenada. The southern part took the worst hit. The southern and eastern sides of the island took the worst hit. But we had to deal with that situation. And I say we because I was part of the process dealing with these things back in the days when people asking you where you come out and where this and that. That is where I come out. Dealing with things like this. Dealing with SWIMCOL and CPEP when they came in. Yeah, working along with them to ensure that we could clean up Grenada and get things rolling. But this is what was left when Ivan make it pass. Look, the stadium that Emlyn Pierre built back, that they say it had no funding to build back, that Emlyn Pierre come and build back. If it was up to the NDC, where you're seeing there as the stadium, would have still be what there right now. Emlyn Pierre come and build it back. Yeah? The churches, they were destroyed too. They were destroyed too, down to the churches, everything. This was the situation in Grenada right after Hurricane Ivan. Right after Hurricane Ivan. This was the state of the churches. Yeah? Church Street. All those churches destroyed, damaged, heavily damaged. Roof gone. And that's the church, much less for people's homes. Yeah? So we know when somebody come and make a dotish statement, because see the thing is, when Ivan passed, you have to ask yourself, because the Prime Minister is just 1 year younger than me. So he was at the age where he could have been as involved like people like me were when Hurricane Ivan passed. Ask yourself where them was. All of the people that he has as candidates, with the exception of the Member of Parliament for Carriacou, Petit Martinique, St. George Northeast, and St. John, all of the others, with the exception of those, were at an age that they could have been directly involved in rebuilding of Grenada. Ask yourself where they was. How involved were they in getting things done when this is what happened to our island? When this took place and Grenada was in this state, where were they and their contribution to come now making dunce statements like you saw the Prime Minister make there a while ago? Where were they? These are just some of the things. I mean, this is the church. This was a wrong tongue. That was the situation around St. George. Yeah, all the way, look, blue tarpaulin. Business place, homes, those that remained. Blue tarpaulin, green tarpaulin, tarpaulin. Yeah, that was the situation after Hurricane Ivan in the tongue. And you didn't want to see certain areas, like certain parts of Grandance. You didn't want to see that. Certain parts of St. David, wow. And it was the NNP that rebuilt the amount of houses that they were claiming they're supposed to build. NNP rebuilt all of that and more after Hurricane Ivan. Because those of you who big enough and who honest enough with yourself in St. David, you know what St. David looked like after Hurricane Ivan. I know. I went through Hurricane Ivan and Beaton in St. David. I know. In La Femme. Sorry. I went through it there, so I know. And it's only about 4 houses that stand up. All the others, roof gone, who gone. I stand up and look at all the houses on the cliff, the ridge there, over on the rock, explode and disappear. Are they still gone? All the houses still disappear, or the houses back? And those were done during the period of the New National Party, when you had materials being given out and so on, and you had teams of people going out and doing things. Yeah? At this point in time, as you would realize, is when the cruise ship port was just being built. So you still had to be going out to the boats to go and collect people and come back in. All upon Fort George, all these places. This is what around town was looking like after Hurricane Ivan. This was the camp. For those of you that know, this was the camp of the Trinidadians that came up, that were working with cleaning up different areas. And in what was supposed to be their spare time, they went out and assisted as well with rebuilding some homes for people and so. These were the CPEP swim call people at their base out there in Tantine, out in, not Tantine specifically, but Old Trafford. Yeah? Police building, everything. I mean, you do more than NNP. What shopping is this guy talking? This is what Grenadians went through. Well, this part is what Trinidadians went through because they were here. And we must always remember the assistance that these people gave us. They came up on the boat, they went into a training camp, went onto the boat and so on. They came up here and did a lot of work, and they went back just before Christmas in 2004. Just before Christmas, about a week or two before Christmas, they went back to Trinidad to rejoin their families and so. So when you hear people talking about they do for more for housing, this was what Tong was looking like. Who ensured that either government could help or that people could help themselves? Was the New National Party. So don't come and talk about like you do so much and you do so much more than NNP. That's why I will continue to say I will take just 4 months of the NNP, even 3 months of the NNP, and put it up against the 4 years of the NDC in any area, whether it is in business development, whether it is in projects, whether it is in housing, whether it is in youth development, whether it's in agriculture. Yes, agriculture, no matter which area it is, I will put up 3 months of the NNP against the whole 4 years of the NDC, and the NDC can't make it. That's a guarantee. They can't make it. Because you see, the young ones who are there, they know. But you see, those who are wearing the same uniforms now that these children there were wearing back in 2004, they have no idea what we're talking about now. They have no idea that this was the state of the tongue. Because ever since they know themselves, tongue look like that. Tongue was nice. Ever since they know themselves, they've been going to the bus terminal and take a bus, or going across by the fish market with mommy and get fish. They've never known the town to be in this state that it is seen in there. Yeah? They have no idea that these are the things that took place. That it was the New National Party that got the homes from the Venezuelans. Yes, the Venezuelans for La Colombe. That it was the New National Party that did that project together with the Venezuelans and got the homes in La Colombe. And strange enough, the NNP didn't get to give the homes out because the election came and the last NDC gave them out. And now you have a situation again where the NNP did the houses in St. Patrick, in St. Mark, in St. George, in Carriacou, in St. David, and did not get the opportunity to give them out, but the NDC came in and gave them out. Yeah, you have that situation taking place for a second time. So they're giving out, but they didn't build. They didn't secure. They didn't conceptualize. It was the NNP. So now they come talking about Project 500 and all kind of thing. And it's the kind of nonsense they talk about with Project 500, because they were even making statements like Project 500 houses would be built in fact, let me play it for you. Let me play you what they was saying for Project 500, how long it would take for the houses to be built and so.
Very resilient with a parapet roof and so. Then we have Project 500. Project 500 is a project where we aim to build some Grenadian style affordable houses. And in doing so, we will be building it in a community, in clusters, and also in a more affordable manner than the normal conventional way of construction. Project 500, the difference here is that, you know, one of the highest costs in construction is labor. And if we can eliminate the time it takes to build a house, it means that we are eliminating the highest costs in the construction of the house. And that's what Project 500 is aiming to do, where you can build a house basically in a day or two. You can have a complete house being constructed, and it's by using modern methods. Now, the idea of these three things that
I hope you all heard how long he said it's going to take to build a house, just in case, because he's saying here one of the highest costs is the labor cost to build a house. So one of the highest costs in relation to building the house is the labor. So here what he's saying.
The difference here is that, you know, one of the highest costs in construction is labor. And if we can eliminate the time it takes to build a house, it means that we are eliminating the highest costs in the construction of the house. And that's what Project 500 is aiming to do, where you can build a house basically in a day or two. You can have a complete house being constructed, and it's by using modern methods. Now, the
Hear it once again, just in case you missed it again.
Highest costs in the construction of the house. And that's what Project 500 is aiming to do, where you can build a house basically in a day or two. You can have a complete.
Yeah, you could build a complete house in a day or two for Project 500. You all watch the kind of houses they have under project. No, they just forget what they say. They just forget what they said to you. You see, these individuals consider you and consider me to be of extremely low intelligence. That is what they believe. Not what they think, you know. They actually have that belief in their mind that you and me, all of us, that we are of extremely low intelligence. And as such, that they will be able, they will be able to say things to us and we're going to just believe everything they say. Because they feel they get through when they talk about building the 500 houses, because to build 500 houses a year is possible. The NNP built over 2,000 from scratch, brand new, from scratch, over 2,000 in 4 years after Hurricane Ivan. If it were not so, you would have not had houses anywhere in St. George, Northeast, that were destroyed. They would not have been built back. Or in St. David, or in South St. George, or in parts of St. Andrew, Southeast, Southwest. You would not have had those houses rebuilt, because some of those were some of the worst hit areas. So the NNP was able to rebuild more houses. They promised, if they kept their promise and they built the 500 houses a year during the period of time that they have been in office. If they kept their promise and they built the 500 houses, by now, we would have been at a situation that we'd have had 2,000 houses built already, and would have been working on the final 500. That is what Project 500 was supposed to be. 500 houses a year. So maybe they find the NNP was able to do that. They don't know how we do it, but they find the NNP was able to do that. So they're thinking now that, we could do that. So now they're talking about building a house in a day or two. Never heard of. Not even the Chinese does do that. Building a house in a day or two. Instead, what did we end up with? This was back in, let me see what year this was where you were saying that. This was back in 2024. So this was back in 2024. So that is the 4th of September 2024, where that statement was being made. Yeah? And let's hear it again. Let's hear it again. Yeah, let's hear it again. Let me go here.
We will be building it in a community, in clusters, and also in a more affordable manner than the normal conventional way of construction. Project 500, the difference here is that, you know, one of the highest costs in construction is labor. And if we can eliminate the time it takes to build a house, it means that we are eliminating the highest costs in the construction of the house. And that's what Project 500 is aiming to do, where you can build a house basically in a day or two. You can have a complete house being constructed, and it's by using modern methods. Now, the idea of these three things that I spoke about is that we will be grouping these, and we will explain to people how they fit into the housing supply that we have, so they can know exactly what is their budget, right, and how they can make use of it.
So you see the kind of thing that they were telling us, and that's just in 2024, yeah, that they were still telling us about Project 500, and this is how they're going to do that, and all these kind of things. Remember, these are people who, since the first budget, been speaking about this Project 500 thing, you know, the massive failure that is Project 500. They were speaking to us about Project 500 since the first budget that they read. Yeah? They were speaking to us about Project 500, and there's another one they were speaking to us about too, you know, but listen for yourself.
Housing deficit is vast, and many families remain in urgent need of support. Our commitment to affordable housing. Our commitment in this term, Mr. Speaker, is to deliver 500 high-quality, climate-resilient Grenadian-style houses. Two major initiatives in this budget cycle include: one, the Stony Gut Climate Resilient Housing Development Pilot Project, which aims...
The what project, Mr. Prime Minister? The who? The where? Nah, we ain't think we hear you there. We hear the Project 500 and I set a clap. I wonder if they're still clapping. But what other project you talk about there outside of that?
Budget cycle include: one, the Stony Gut Climate Resilient Housing Development Pilot Project, which aims to construct modern, high-quality, climate-resilient Grenadian-style homes in Stony Gut in the parish of St. John.
Joke all you're making with that, because we're still waiting. St. John people still waiting for the Stony Gut project. They still await the Stony Gut project.
Climate-resilient Housing Development Pilot Project, which aims to construct modern, high-quality, climate-resilient Grenadian-style homes in Stony Gut in the parish of St. John. Construction is expected to start in 2023, Mr. Speaker, and $2.5 million has been budgeted.
So whatever happened to that $2.3 million, because we're in 2026, 2023 is long gone, and we can't see it. And I want you to notice something too. Notice behind the Prime Minister here, it speaks to Vision 2035. That was the plan that was put together by the new National Party administration. You hear they speaking about Vision 75 and all kind of thing now. They just change it now and call it, doing like it is something new that they come up with, when it is the same Vision 2025 that was put together by the new National Party. Let me hear more you had to say, man.
Mr. Speaker, government will identify and secure lands in all parishes to roll out these houses. Additionally, Mr. Speaker, we have allocated $2.4 million to retrofit and upgrade the affordable houses that have been graciously donated by the People's Republic of China. We commit to the allocation of the 647 units no later than June of 2023.
And we all know that that never took place. We all know instead of allocating, they went and they take back the houses from the people who were given them in May of 2022. And when he's speaking there is in 2022, when he was still Minister of Finance, they took back the houses from the people in Carriacou. Carriacou people, all you don't forget that, they take back houses from all your family. They take back houses from all you. They take back houses from people you all know for a fact were in need of those houses. and deserve them, they take it back from them and they give who they want the houses. Yeah, so don't forget that. So when they come talking to you about housing and they have done better in the last 4 years, nonsense. Nonsense. And the thing is, it's so sad. They've got this mentality that all of us are low IQ. So that they can say these things and we just believe it. If they have people that surround them that allow themselves to be considered low IQ and not upbraid them and take them up on these talk when they make these stupid statements and say, no, you have not. Even if they want to tell them in their belief they've done well, but no, you can't be making statements like that because you're talking stupidness. This was the Prime Minister in 2022 when he was talking about the budget for the year 2023. So in 2023, people were supposed to get those Chinese low-income houses already. They didn't get it until when? Was 2025? I think they started to give people the year 2025. After they take and they spin around and they do all the nonsense. 2025. From 2023 to 2025. Stony got $2.5 million was put aside for that. $2.5 million. Up to now, we don't know what took place with that $2.5 million. So we don't know if it was spent, and if spent, where it was spent. So we don't know if that $2.5 million was actually provided and where it went. But I could tell you, the people of St. John know that there's no Stony Gut project there. No project began in 2023 or 2024 or 2025 or 2026. And in fact, they have stopped talking about Stony Gut project now. They drop it by, I could guarantee the people of St. John that when the Honorable Alvin Martin Dabrio, I like to use people's middle name, Alvin Martin Dabrio, is returned in short order as the Member of Parliament for St. John, that one of the top priorities and one of the things that will definitely be done and completed in a proper manner will be that Stony Gut project. Yeah? Because the government claiming no, oh, the land, they didn't have no land for it all. You're the government. If you really want the land, you could acquire all the property you had to acquire and they lie anyhow. But if that was the case, they have no excuse. They're the government. You go in and do it the same way when during the period of the NNP after Hurricane Ivan, the New National Party wanted to place the La Colombe project down there. But some of the lands belong to different people. So what did they do? They acquired the land and paid the people. I know people personally that they acquired the land from them that they had down there and they pay them for it. So you telling me this government don't know that they could acquire land? If that was the case, I mean, they're lying on that. But if that was the case, they didn't know they could acquire the land in Stony Gut to do the project. They're just incompetent. That's the bottom line. They are incompetent. And you know when you're hitting the right line, because those detractors try calling, and they have been trying to call for the last few minutes. Yeah, they just put the number on private and they try to call. Like if they don't know that, I would not answer. Sometimes it's one that they want to try for the first time and see if they get through. But we not answer, no, tell all that already. Don't waste all the time. Only wasting all the time, only wasting all the credit, only wasting all the time. We ain't going to answer all you. Yeah? Because no person who is calling this program would call it without having their number showing, because they know what they're calling and say is facts. Or they're calling to find out what the facts are. Once you have to hide, it means you want to come and think a one shot and run to become the topic of discussion. Not here. I'm telling all you straight. Other programs could do what they want. Not here. Because all you two lie. So if we're talking about housing, we were not the ones on the platform promising people 500 houses a year. And then they actually even went to 500 houses a parish. They went that thing. We were not the ones doing that. They were the ones that were making those statements. They were the ones that were telling people. Yeah? They were the one that were telling people those things. And then they want to upset when you talk about it. I'm looking for the one from the election itself when they were making the statements. I'm just trying to find those, and those not finding them there. Yeah. Look, somebody messaged me to ask me the same thing. I'm forgetting the PM said 500 houses a year in every parish and not just 500 houses. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hi, good night, caller. Go right ahead.
Hello, good night, Mr. Scott.
Hey, good night. Go right ahead.
Yes, I'm the guy that called you last night concerning Stony Brook.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that you're explaining it for me. Can you send me that clip, please?
Yeah.
The Prime Minister?
No problem. What you need to do is message me on 4217. Message me on 421-7279. Just message me there and I'll forward you the clip. 421-7279.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, message me there. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Or 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, folks. So we have to understand something is definitely wrong with these people. Because the thing is, I think that it has gotten to a stage that they have deluded themselves into actually believing their own nonsense. I believe that is what happened, that these people have been lying so much that they actually start to believe their own lie. Something has to be wrong with them on some level, whether it is spiritual, whether it is psychological, I don't know. Maybe they need psychiatric assistance. I do not know. But something had to be wrong with them. Because you recognize the NDC is running away. They are running away from that Project 500 discussion. They don't want it. Now you're hearing that they're trying to get security to lock down the Project Polaris site. Like if we do have drones. Trying to get security to lock down the Project Polaris site. They don't want people going in and out of there again. So they've gone as far as to try to get the police to deal with the Project Polaris site. Yeah, they tell the police and them they're going to have to go and secure the site and so because people just going in and that kind of thing. They don't even recognize AI. Nearly all the thing you see last week after Jenny did what she did. Nearly everything you see there is AI. People take AI and they do the thing. That is easy thing to do. But they still come and saying lock down the site. Go on. Police what should be out there looking for them rapists. Looking for them people that looking to break people place and all kind of thing. Looking for them drugs and guns and so on that may be coming into the country. Go in and try to curb whatever little gang activity might start up one or two places. Instead of having police go and do that, you want to go and have police guarding Project Polaris? Or is it you want to say that so then you could go and get some of your security friends and them, those people that front in the security contracts. And we had to deal with these security contracts thing one night, We had to give that some serious thing one night. These people that you all have front-end security contracts. You all want us to go and have to deal with that. Yeah, you all want us to say, send security there instead and you send security so you all could find an excuse to put $30,000 or $40,000 into one of your friends' hand again. Yeah? Well, he was inviting people to go and see it. While he ain't inviting people to go and see it now. Yeah? A friend of mine said yesterday they believe Project Polaris is going into holistic healing. Say, well, what do you mean by that? They say, no, you can't, Shalon, you can't see what's taking place there. These people are going into natural healing, holistic healing. They're going into bush medicine. That is why it has so much bush down there. So all they're talking about these other types, they say, no, it's bush medicine they're going into. That is why they're going down there like that. Bush medicine. Yeah? 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get into the inside of tonight's program. Yes, indeed, folks. As I say, it's Friday night. You could loose up a little bit, free up a little bit. Why they keep running from that? I mean, during the NNP time, you had the housing program out. You had the housing program where you assisted people with building materials and so. Also, you had housing brigades in different area. You had in St. David, you had housing brigades. In different communities, you had housing brigades that would go out and actually you don't just have the material. They would help you to put up your house and to fix back your house and to do whatever had to be done. So you had housing brigades going out and do that. You also had the teams of people that were going out doing the bathroom and toilets for people. Yeah? The same or even in many instances better than what they're doing under the WASH program right now. And I think we have to as well do a program specific to the WASH program. We had to talk about WASH. We had to expose some stuff about that WASH program. They feel because we ain't talking, we ain't know. They ain't realize that we know. Yeah, so we have to deal a little bit with that WASH program. Yeah, we had to deal with that. 4407377. And we say a special good night to the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
When you come home tired and soaking wet,
we know you all have been through it and continue to go through it.
You have to get. But tonight is back and all in the dance. Just give me the music and let me prance.
Why do some people feel that calling on private is going to hide them? I'll make a report to Flo on Monday morning that I'm being harassed by somebody calling. Give the times that you called and they will deal with you. I mean, come on. Because they're trying to block up the lines. They keep trying to call. That's the desperation of these people. So folks, you can call 4407377. You can call on the WhatsApp or you can call directly. But take a look. This is why they keep running from these things. They keep running from them. Listen to the recent meetings that you've seen the NDC as a political organization, even as government, have held over the last few months and so on. You realize that when it comes to Project 500, which is supposed to be a flagship project, they're only talking a line or two and then they're gone off it. So they mention it, or sometimes they don't mention it at all. But if they do mention it, it's a line or two, and they run off from that particular one. You know why? You know why they're hiding from that particular one. Yeah? They're hiding from it because they know that the people of Grenada, the people of Grenada will hold them to account regarding that particular issue.
All you have to do is hold on and wine. You ain't leaving me behind.
When people supposed to be getting their houses and all kind of thing for the low income houses, all you take it and give who all you want. Before election was, oh, they taking house and they had the house and them lock up and it's poor people out here for the house. And then when come time for the poor people to get the house, all you take it and give who all you want. Yeah? Because remember, folks, when it comes to the housing scheme, Chinese Hill, NNP, it comes to the Mount Gay facility there, the houses up in that area, Mount Rush. That's the New National Party again. Yeah? All of these houses done under the Chinese. In fact, under the previous NDC, they were saying that, oh, forget the houses and give the money. They said, don't give us the houses, just give us the money. We don't want the houses, give us the money. Yeah? That is as far as they went with that as well.
Hands up in the air, baby, bad. Good God, you go say that crazy. Well, it's fat, 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 fat. Music for my jam.
Dr. Collett is saying they have an AI house, yeah. Yeah, they could build an AI house in 1 day or 2 days. But that is what, you see, I tell you, they think you're dance. So they came to you and said, we can build a house in a day or two, because what they're talking about is those prefab houses and them. Go in the bush up in Dumfries and Carrick. Well, you don't even have to go in the bush because there even a bush around them house. Go up there and see where they just take them prefab house and dump them. Nobody don't living in them. Them set of houses, how much money spent for them house and them, they take it. They didn't find it necessary to say to one or two people, hey, your house mash here, we could give you one of these. No, they take them and they put them down in Dumfries. There were nobody living in them. They said they come and they put down to the bottom there. They put them there, nobody in these houses. They just dump them there and leave them. When it have people in Carrick looking for homes still.
On the street reveling, good God, that's the way we like.
Bad as it is, it have people that would have take it, would have accept it with a willing mind, would have be happy to have it. But no, it's just bad mind, take it and dump it there.
And they still want more music from Sweetie and Mars.
And then come back like all you want a pat on the back and a cookie because all you do something good. What does all you?
Jump up, boy, jump up. Who are rule this dance? JAP, boy, want them who are mash it down. All are we, tell them who are rule this dance. JAP, boy, want them who are mash it down.
Remember, it's these same people that think that you so stupid that they're trying to convince you that $15 a gallon is worse than $17 a gallon. The same people and them trying to convince you that you paying $17 a gallon, a liter or gallon, whatever they have it as, for gasoline right now is better than you paying $15, $2 less. That it is better for you to be paying $17 right now.
Do the wine line, get something and behave. Boy, grab something and get on. Boy, grab something and behave. Grab something and get on. Olombe, lombe, lombe, olombe. Olombe, lombe, lombe, olombe.
No, we know a lot of them want to run in. I see some messages here. Yeah, we know a lot of them want to run in, but they can't run in. They can't run in the comment section. They can't run in anywhere else. Yeah, because we watching and we don't tolerate it. You're gone one time. We know all you have all the instructions to try and call and disrupt and that kind of thing. Wrong man, wrong program, yeah?
While music from the Super Blue and you jumping higher, jump up.
And the mere fact that they're trying that tonight tells you how much they frayed the discussion on Project 500. The NDC has been an abysmal failure. Imagine, each house that they have built cost the Grenadian taxpayer over $1 million for each house that they build. So right now they're selling all of those houses at a loss. Because if you're selling houses for 200 and something thousand and 500 and something thousand, and when you check it out, it costs the Grenadian taxpayer, when you apply the amount that was spent across the board to all the houses, $1 million a house. You're selling the houses at a loss right now. So what are you going to do? You're going to continue doing it like that and selling the houses at a loss? Because Massa Bull, Massa Cow, is we that paying for it anyway? Yeah, let me say a good night to the 16th constituency. The New National Party New York Support Group, they would like to thank each and every one of you that came out to the activities last weekend. Yeah, they want to just thank you all in a special way for coming out to the activities last weekend. Yeah, your presence was welcome. Yeah, folks, I'm telling you, I'm looking at this thing and you're trying to figure out, well, let's see one area, because I can say what the Honorable Emlyn Pierre did as the Minister of Youth in 4 months in 2013, came into office, if I remember correctly, was March the 3rd. Yes, so let's say March the 3rd. So March, April, May, June. By the end of June, what she was able to accomplish in that space of time, I will put that period alone. We can take any other period, but I'll take that period and put it up against the 23rd of June, 2022, to today, the 17th of July, 2026. I'll put up just those months there, up against this whole 4 year and 1 month and some days period of the NDC. Not even 1 month. 4 years and nearly a month. I will put this up against them, and I can guarantee you that the Honorable Emlyn Pierre and her Ministry of Youth outperformed the Ministry of Youth under the NDC. Totally outperformed them for the amount of young people engaged and brought into training programs and opportunities that were created for young people in that short space of time. And we're not just speaking Imani here. We're speaking about business training. Now, a lot of young folks got into business. They were trained in business. Many of them are still operating businesses now because they got the training in that period of time from the New National Party in conjunction with the Grenada Development Bank. That is what you were using the Grenada Development Bank for, to help train the young people so that then when they get money in their hand, they don't just start a business and the first $10,000, $15,000 they make, they run behind a piece of second-hand vehicle and say, well, I get a vehicle, me and the boys could lime on the weekend. No. But they get that money and they learn to save, and they understand that not all that money is money that you could spend. Give yourself a salary, save the rest. This is the business money, don't touch it. Put some away in insurance, put some into savings. So that is what the GDB was doing, providing training for young people, not providing money for government ministers, providing training for young people. And then you were also providing the funds to the GDB for the Youth Enterprise Program under the Ministry of Youth so that it could be managed properly. Because the Ministry of Youth is a ministry, it's not a bank, it's not a financial institution. So utilize the Grenada Development Bank. Let the NDC come and tell us how much young people they've trained using the GDB and how much money they have provided to them. Between 2022 and now, come to the Grenadian people. Bring your records and we could bring ours. Come and tell us how many young people you have trained using the GDB or even the GIDC. How many young people have you trained in business? How many are operating right now? How many opportunities have you created for those young people? How many of them did you place into a program where they could have gone and trained how to do something and then come out from it and start their own business doing that? Or that they could have then gone further through the school system and upgraded themselves. You have thousands of young people that left school this month. Whether you're speaking about NULO and the TAMCC, SGU in the last 2 months, all of those who have left the secondary school system right now, some of them decided taking a year before they go on to TAMCC. So all of these young people, what opportunities have been provided for them? And folks, if you don't believe me, ask the young people themselves. Go to them and ask them what opportunities have this government provided for them. What training opportunities have they been provided with? What job opportunities have they been provided with? How many new projects are there in Grenada? Outside of Project 500 and Project Polaris, 2 failures. Project 500, Project Polaris. Where are the other projects for the young folks? Where are the projects for the young people? They've watered down what the New National Party left there, what Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters left there, what Honorable Senator Norland Cox left there, what the Honorable Emlyn Pierre left there. They have watered down these projects into next to nothing. Simply because these projects were created and put together by the New National Party administration. Simply because they were providing opportunities to young people. And if they had to continue with those projects, they would have to say, well, we had to continue with what the NNP was doing because it was good. They have a revolving door of failures passing through the Ministry of Youth and Sport. It's a revolving door of failures. Once you know somebody incompetent, you're giving them youth and sport. So a revolving door. And the one person that passed through the ministry that see corruption and talk about it, or you fire him, or you kick him out. Or you take him from health, or you put him in new transport. When you see the corruption taking place there, the open corruption that he saw there, and he talk about it, or you kick him out. Bring police to escort him out the building, all kind of thing. Demonize him as much as possible. And that is why I say to you, Mr. Lacrette, Pastor Lacrette, you had to talk. You know, waiting until I talk now. Say what they do. Don't afraid them. Say what you have to say. They don't do what they could do already, you know. And anything they do here again after now, we know they're doing it because of politics. And because you're talking the truth. Come out and talk. You're the only person that showed a level of integrity amongst them. And that is why you are no longer amongst them. They get rid of you. So talk. Don't afraid to talk. Come out and talk. Say what they do. Come out and tell people. Let the Grenadian people know. Yeah, you can't continue to stay quiet. But you want another 5 years of these same, you know them better than anybody else. You want another 5 years of this country having to face these people? These incompetent people? Another 5 years of them? Nah, man. No way. Not another 5 years of them at all. Fireball.
Yo! Fire!
Jerry Batiste, good night to you, bro.
Fire! Fire!
All of them who does be jumping up and down and talking about NDC this and NDC that, show us their record. We'll put up our record to their own. Any day, we'll put it up. Record for record.
The imitation in the melting pot. Well, I say big respect goes out to the artists who was a fire show.
And then we used to talk about road and feet. We used to talk about roads and bridges and drains and things in miles of bridges, miles of roads. That's how we used to talk about things.
Well, in everything that you do, fire is a major cause. Fire cooking food, fire melting steel, fire winning the wars. So don't criticize burning fire. Some people have to be mad. So I'm bringing down the sun from the sky and burning out all the flood. Fire start, temperature rising. Well, look at the flame.
So as I said, 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on the line.
I'm really going to erupt.
You can call us direct. You can call us on the WhatsApp.
In Revelation and listen to the prophets.
And don't try to call on the back of our next caller from your unknown number and feel that we know that trick too. Well, you can't trick us, boss. I doing this thing for how much years? They can't trick me.
Well, they say they could burn fire more than me, but still using matches stick. I don't making them wire hammy style. What wrong with them lunatic? Just like Mahatma Gandhi, hail up to the fire chief. Because I am the only man who does go and watch you fire bare feet. Fire start, temperature rising. Well, look at the flame.
Wow, wow.
Everybody asking, which building go burn again? Fire start, conflagration. The engine going to erupt. They say I'm putting all the imitation in the melting pot. Well, fireborn is the title, the fire chief is my name, and my purpose is not to burn no fire.
So once again, when they speak of Project 500, but we know the document, but when they speak of Project 500, tell us, what are the successes of Project 500? We're able to show you all what it was taking place when it comes to the housing situation under the New National Party. Yeah, and if people are being honest to themselves, they will agree that the New National Party was the party that did the most for housing in Grenada. And you can choose any year, any single year, and point to that year and say, okay, how much 100 houses were done this year, how much 100 houses were done that year. Even before Hurricane Ivan, there was a vibrant housing project going on. And then with Hurricane Ivan, after Hurricane Ivan, you had to hyperdrive. Up to when the NDC came in office, and then they were the ones telling people, give us money and don't give us houses. And so Grenadians, according to their NDC now, Grenadians were living under tarpaulin during that period of time. According to their NDC now, not us, according to their NDC, Grenadians were living under tarpaulin at that point in time. And instead of taking the money and do houses, they say, give us the money. Forget the houses, just give us money. We need to be able to pay workers and that sort of thing. They destroyed the economy during that period of time. Destroyed the Grenadian economy.
Style, what wrong with them lunatic? Just like Mahatma Gandhi, hail up to the fire chief. Because I am the only man who does go and watch you fire be feet.
And then even now with the Beryl thing, 1 minute you have the housing program is on, next minute the housing program is closed. So people don't know. 1 minute they have the housing program for Beryl, next minute the housing program closed and so on. Yeah, so they don't know if they come in or go in. They doesn't know if they come in or go in when it comes to all
The Ministry of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique Affairs has announced that the government's material assistance program for residents on the islands is on hold until further notice. This was confirmed by the ministry's public relations officer, Deanna Isaac. Speaking to GBN, Isaac explained that the pause is necessary to facilitate a review of the project.
The government's material assistance
just remember, while them was reviewing, people was wetting,
is on hold. We are reviewing the program, so persons be mindful of that. It's not that the government is stopping the assistance to the people of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique, but with everything that you do, you must have a review. So we are reviewing the program, and in short order, persons will know after the reading of the budget, the 2025 budget, what is the next step in terms of government's assistance with the material assistance.
Over the past 7 months of recovery efforts, Isaac noted that the government distributed millions of dollars worth of building materials. She also highlighted ongoing housing initiatives aimed at ensuring that residents receive assistance in securing proper shelter.
Over the last 7 months, we have given out over $30 million in material assistance, targeting mainly the persons who...
Carriacou people only really see that $30 million in material. Really and truly, let me ask a serious question to the Carriacou and Petit-Martinican people. At that point, and that was last year, they were saying that they gave out by that time $30 million in material. Carriacou and Petit-Martinique, all you really see that $30 million? Yeah, you all see that $30 million at all? You all see $10 million? All you think you get $10 million worth of building materials in Carriacou? And if so, who get it? Because I know of the many families out there in the US and the UK and other parts, even Aruba, all kind of thing, had to be sending money back for their family members to buy the building material and so for them to fix up the place. Some of them even get a pong a nail, much less a shingle. Nothing. But $30 million? Are you sure $30 million all you wanted to say? $3 million all you wanted to say, man. The zero in stand for nothing. So yeah, the zero is worth nothing, so it's just 3. Yeah, that is what I want to say. I got a message here from someone asking who they should object to with the names that they find. Again, contact the New National Party representative for your area. There is a specific form that has to be done. So if you give that information to the person for your area, they can work along with you to get that form done. And once that form is done, that form will be presented to the supervisor of elections, the chief registrar right now. It will be provided to them, and they will then be mandated to do an investigation to halt on placing that person's name onto the consolidated list and to do an investigation to clarify whether or not that person is legally entitled to be registered as an elector in that constituency. Now, for instance, I am registered in the South St. George constituency. I cannot make a complaint against somebody who is registered in the town of St. George. I can only make complaints against who is registered in my constituency. So I can go and get the forms and I could do my thing and I could bring it in to the main electoral office that I am making a complaint that this person should not be on the list. This person doesn't live here, has not been living here for the last 10 years. They have not been living here. So why are they still voting here? Let me use myself as an example. I was living in the constituency of St. David for close to 10 years. I was living in the constituency of St. David. I moved from the constituency of St. David into South St. George. What did I do? I went and I transferred. After about 2 years, I transferred my name from the constituency of St. David to the South St. George constituency. because I'm no longer in St. David. But there are some people who know they leave that area, they're not living there again. They don't have property there, they don't have home there, they don't even have clothes in a place up there that does go and change. Nothing. But their name's still there and they still registered like they go in and vote there and so. Those people are supposed to change to where they've been living now. Yeah? There are other people who you can't identify them. And as such, you all should go through the process of making sure that you filter out those people. That's why I say put a face to every name. So go to the person who is in charge for your area. You could get in contact with them. No, it's pretty easy to find all of these people. You can't find them directly. Find somebody close to them because we have limited time. Those objections need to be filed no later than next week, Wednesday. Yeah, and the place closed tomorrow and the place closed on Sunday. So you only have Monday and Tuesday really to get it in. Don't look at Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday is when you have to get those objections in. If you cannot find the person to make the objections, if you cannot find the New National Party representative in your area, get the information to me. Send it to me on 421-7279. Let me repeat the number, 421-7279. Send the information to me and I will pass it on to them. So if you're having problem getting in contact with the person for your area, you're trying to reach them, you're not reaching them or so, yeah? Get the information to me, I will find them. I will get the information to them. It is that important. That one person who is illegally on the list, remember, even though they are there illegally, once they're on the list, you know. And it's hell hard to do anything about it when elections call. That person will be allowed to vote once their name is on the list. The qualifying criteria to vote in Grenada is that your name is on the voters list. Not that you have your voter's ID, not that you have your passport or whatever. The qualifying criteria is that your name is on the voters list. Not that your name is on the voters list and is that your name is on the voters list. Once the people at the polling station, I could walk in without an ID and the people at the polling station, that's Sheldon Scotland, we know him and so, right. I believe there's a document you have to sign, as you don't have any identification, you'd have to sign a document, but you are allowed to vote, you are allowed to cast your ballot. And remember, after that, nobody can go in the box and say, that Sheldon vote, let me take it out. He didn't have an ID. So know what is going on, understand. Yes, I know many of you have been finding a lot of people who have died, their name is still on the list. Yes, make note of that, you could pass that on too, but don't focus too much on that particular one. Don't take up the list and specifically be going to look for the people who have died. Take the list and go through the list looking for the people who are alive and could get up and go and wrongfully vote on election day. Those who dead, it is highly unlikely, let me put it that way, it is highly unlikely that they shall be showing up at the polling station on election day to cast a ballot. Yeah? It is highly unlikely. They may love their party, whichever one it is, but it is highly unlikely that they shall be getting up and going and showing up at a polling station on election day to cast a ballot. So let us focus on the living. Those that we know and those that we do not know. So those that we do not know are just as dangerous unknowns as dangerous as knowns. Because you do not know who these people are. These people may not even be Grenadian. These people may not care what happens to Grenada. These people may vote on a whim and a fancy, not on facts, reality, and for the best interest of Grenada. And we can't have that happening. So we need to ensure who they had to be there. And who should not be there, that they come out there. That is what we have to do. And folks, the time is limited. The time is limited. So we need to ensure that we get that done now. The time is limited. As much as we can, let us get it done. Yeah? Nice.
Yeah, man. Well, it's been a long time. Black people has always been under bondage, but I'm gonna set them free. Shine, time to shine. Too long we living in the dark. It's time to climb.
4407377. You can call us directly. You can call us on the WhatsApp.
Right, it's divine. The church is inside your heart, but you could do wrong things every day of your life, but one day you should.
And we have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Good night, my friend. How are you doing?
Hey, Papa, I'm good. How are you?
You know, I'm alive. Thank God. Grace and mercies. And better days, but, you know, we got to hold on.
Yes, man.
Listen, let me look at let me just, I try to frame something here. Yeah, there's an allegation, it just came out from in a group meeting. And there's a group of Grenadians. He had no political affiliations in the CNMP and the whatever. It's just a group of concerned Grenadians who just meet on a Friday barbecue and whatever. And someone said something and was showing information in regards to back up what they said. I'm just sharing this with you because the guy showed us, you know, information shared between a group of people. How much people is being offered, how much money to come in here too.
Repeat that part again for me, my brother. I ain't really feel I hear where you're sitting.
There's a group of people who are being given the incentive, monetary incentives to come down and cast their vote.
You know that's a criminal offense, right?
Well, we had a big debate about that.
That's a criminal offense.
I brought all of that, pull up the Constitution in regards to that, all of that. You know, and how the conversation started, because when someone said they were talking to the Consul General a couple months back, and one of the concerns is like, how come we outside of Grenada cannot vote like absentee ballots like in the US or whatever? And I raised that right immediately. I said I had that conversation with Dr. Keith Mitchell years ago, because it's something when I'm on the radio, people always ask from time to time whenever election is coming around, why we really, and his explanation to me is there are more people in the diaspora than on the mainland, on the tri-state island of Greater Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So that means the people outside of Grenada will be picking the government for the people that live in Grenada. That can happen.
Well, you know, there's one country that takes place. You know, there's a country that takes place in the region right now. You check the population of St. Kitts.
Yeah.
And then look at the amount of people that fly into St. Kitts to vote each election. And you realize the diaspora are the ones that make
picking the government.
Yeah, they have the larger hand in how things play there.
Yeah. And after that, that was, I mean, a couple of years ago, more than 10 years, I had that conversation in a town hall in New York with that I happened to just went to because I went to drop someone off there. And I said, you know what, I ain't doing nothing. Let me go in and, take a listen. And after that, they had the meet and greet, and I had the conversation. That was the first time I seen Doc since I left Grenada in 88, 87. That was the first time. And he recognized me and came and talked to me, And that was one of my questions to him. And then when he explained it that way, I've never raised the point or had any concern about it, because I understood from that perspective how dangerous that is. Because if people in the diaspora could pick your government, brother, Grenadians in trouble.
But my view on it is this, Wade. I believe that the diaspora has a part to play in national development.
Always.
But what
not an electoral part.
But what worries me is this part of it. it is when you realize the volume of nonsense that's been spoken by people in the diaspora about what is taking place in Grenada, and we who are in Grenada and living it, we know that what they're saying is nonsense. And when you try to tell them, hey, what you're saying is not correct, this is the reality, they cuss you. They want to tell you,
they go beyond cutting. They cut you off entirely. If they used to do business with you, that's done. I have a couple of Grenadian customers who refuse to continue doing business with me because they say I got kick Mitchell boy. I'm telling you. Just a couple nights ago, one text me because we was in a discussion, whatever, and when she got home, I know she talked to the husband text me and tell me they canceling their subscription. And when I call him, my wife said, I'm like, my brother, appreciate the time that you spent with us. I'm sorry that you guys take this to that point to do what you guys do.
Remember Black Stallion have a song, right? The more Africans they burn down, is the more warriors.
The more Africans will come.
The more warriors that
the more Africans that they kill,
the
more they see coming still.
All right.
Yeah. But this part tonight, this dialogue tonight, I left before it got to the point where, like the last time when they tell me get the F out the yard and get my what? I take my beers, folks. It was nice. I'll see you all here the next time.
What I will say,
which go be in September, because I headed north over the weekend. I ain't coming back to New York till September. So I just let them know and I took my exit.
Wait, but I do hear that the U.S. government, I know even this week they put out something again, where they are warning people who are traveling for instance, they're coming to Grenada, but they want to use the Grenada passport to come to Grenada.
Oh yeah.
And so,
no, that's not you.
That when certain people have gotten back to the United States, they tell them, well, you are no use for this passport, and they take the U.S. passport.
They're taking it back.
Away from them.
They're taking it back.
And I do know when it comes to dual nationality, there are certain rules that are in play when you gain your U.S. citizenship. And I would err on the side of caution with people who intend to avail themselves of the illegal opportunity that is being dangled in front of their face. I would warn them to err on the side of caution. That's how I go put it. Err on the side of caution.
So the U.S., the law, you are allowed, because remember, when you go do your citizenship, they ask you if you want to, it is there, you want to keep your birthright nationality, passport, and whatever, right? Or some people just give it up entirely, and then years later, you know what? I want to get back my passport, so they come back to Grenada with their birth paper and whatever, and they, their old passport, and they get their passport renewed, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you do that, you are not supposed to travel on it. You could use it as a form of identification in your home country. So you come to Grenada, you have business in Grenada, in a bank or whatever, and you use your Grenada passport to identify yourself as a Grenadian. You're not supposed to travel on it. Over the years, people got away with it. This government has made it, and they have made it one of the projected, targeted issue. No. I'm going to say this, and I want Grenadians to understand what I'm saying. If you have relatives Grenadians have a lot of relatives it's inside the U.S. If you have a green card, that came out, Trump had a speech last night, and I have it on my phone with that part of it. If you have a green card, and you was at any point in time on government social assistance,
social welfare programs, I saw it as well.
It could be welfare, it could be health insurance, it could be food stamp, it could be the minimal of whatever it is you would have applied for. Your green card is in jeopardy.
Mm-hmm. I saw that message coming out yesterday.
Your green card is in jeopardy. They're not renewing your green card.
Mm-hmm.
and you forget filing for citizenship.
Yeah, I've seen
That big news that the president said yesterday go be big. He having this nation address, and it gonna be great news and big news, and that's what the big news and great news was about.
Well, it was mainly about
All
election.
it-
Mainly about election fraud. I did spend some time.
Yeah, it was
last night
about the
listening over it.
yeah, but
Election.
yeah, but
fraud
we know
and-
that
and so on.
that just
I don't know.
that just hoopla.
Boss, you know, I don't know nothing.
That just hoopla.
I
That
don't
just
know
smoke.
You know,
That was
I don't
smoke.
know.
What's under the smoke you had to pay attention to. So what under the smoke was people being on a government assistance and things like that. Those were the things that was under the smoke.
Well, I
That
hear
was
the smoke.
not just that.
The smoke I hear.
There's other things too.
The smoke I hear is what you're getting now from Canada. While you doing while the Canadian doing the US people that
Them Canadians and them Canadians and them like that thing they have too much marijuana and they're just burning with field for the next harvest.
So that is the smoke
I
that's
think they
coming
don't
down.
you don't like back home. You don't like back home back in the day they used to just light cane field like well in Trinidad they're lighting cane field because of snakes and
They used to do it here
and
too.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do the that too. Yeah, because when they burn, when if the cane is not harvested by a certain time, you know the sugar content, whatever the purpose of the cane, you cannot defeat the purpose. So they just burn the field, and then the ashes now kind of fertilize the soil for the next planting.
Yeah.
So I think that's what them Canadians do, man. They have too much weed, so they just burning weed.
My brother, I've gone
Yeah,
past.
hey,
I've gone
let me
past
not
my
say that
10 o'clock.
because-
I've gone past my 10 o'clock.
Let me never say that too long because the next 7 hours I'm gonna be crossing the border. I don't be able to. I'm going home. All right, my friend. Have a blessed weekend.
You have a blessed one as well,
Right.
my friend. You have a good one.
All right, buddy.
Bless
All
you.
right.
Yes, indeed. That's my good brethren Wade. Yes, indeed. Well, I always say this. I believe the diaspora has an important part to play in the development of Grenada. But when you are tasked with a certain amount of responsibility, part of that responsibility is that you should educate yourself properly on what it is you're going to make a decision on. Yeah? So you can't say that you want to be part of the electoral process in Grenada, but you don't find out the reality of what is going on in Grenada. The AI generated content that's going all over there, the individual talking heads spewing all that nonsense out there that they can't back up with anything factual, they are not providing you with the kind of information you need. Because when you come to Grenada and you go into the streets and the villages and the various compounds and the yards, okay, you know in Grenada we have the yards. Family living and it's one yard and uncle here, auntie there, your mother, your grandfather on that side, your big sister have a place next door. So you know we have the yards. And when you go into those communities, you find out what is really taking place in Grenada. When you travel on the bus and the conversations start and people start to talk about things, you hear the reality of what people are really going through in Grenada. What the bus drivers themselves are going through and their families. Yeah? What all different categories of workers in Grenada are going through. The reality of what really is taking place in Grenada. And as such, you need to ensure that before you decide you come in and place a government on people, you come in and make a decision for people, that you really find out what people want here and what people are going through, because we had to live with it. You could come and spend 2 weeks, a week, 1 day if you want and go back. We here. We have nowhere to go. We here. We had to live through it. So when you make a bad decision, we had to live with it. When you put a group of incompetent people to continue being incompetent and enrich themselves off the backs of the Grenadian people, we have to live with it. And if you don't understand what you're doing, is you placing a further burden on yourself. Because when you continue along that line and people become more impoverished, it's you, the diaspora, they're reaching out to. When somebody's sick and they have to go in the hospital and they have to do the test, whatever it is, you they send in and ask to send something in MoneyGram or Western Union for them. when they have the different problems, they have to come to try and help them. Whether somebody graduating and it's clothes they need, back to school and they need stuff, whatever it is, it's you that they're going to depend on. Whereas you could have a government that provides opportunity for these people so that they can improve themselves, so that they could be working, that they could be contributing to the economy instead of trying to live off of it. That is what you have a responsibility to do. Ensure that you know what you're going and vote about, if you're going and vote at all. Because we had to live in it. Yeah? Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you this week. And indeed, we look forward to next week, where we'll be on with you again. As I did mention, I believe this might be the final Friday program until after Carnival. We will start it up again. We may do one. I think it would be important to do a prayer session at the end of the month, the Friday, for the Carnival season. Just pray over everybody for the season. We're taking it every month, yeah? So at the end of the month that we can do that prayer session and whatever. But this will be the final Friday program. We'll be back on Monday. And so we'll have our program as normal until we take the usual Carnival break for about 1 week. We take a break around Carnival time. Just letting you all know now, so that when I do take it, the phone don't start to blow up while you're calling. Sheldon, what going on? Sheldon, what going on? Sheldon, what going on? Just letting you all know from now. So I said that's all the time we have for tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you, and everything you say and do. Do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I am out.
Whoa, what do you mean by stopping this thing right there? What do you leave for my son and my daughter and them to come? Huh? How we gonna stop the waving? How we gonna stop the flag? How we gonna stop the stamping? How we gonna stop the rag? How we gonna stop it? How we gonna stop it now? How we gonna stop it? How we gonna stop it now? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Hey! Now that we have approached the half a new century, we have to start preserving our past and our present history. Cause listening to a program the other day on radio, I hear they trying to ban some of our local shows. But I don't want our children to turn out criminals and crooks. So we have to start putting down all the recording history books. How they go stop the carnival? How they go stop the mass? How they go stop the steel band? How they go stop the brass? How they go stop it? How they go stop it now? How they go stop it? How they go stop it now? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know how they go stop it. How they go stop it now? Last year the soca monarch show end up in real trouble. Some of our critics since it was starting to fell buckle. I found our critics say yes I have a problem. Before they see a youth man rise up, they quick to condemn. How come they didn't show so much curiosity when the judges and them did not put up before they send me? How they go stop the stamping? How they go stop the rats? How they go stop the waving? How they go stop the flags? How they go stop it? How they go stop it now? How they go stop it? How they go stop it now? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know how they go stop it. How they go stop it now? They can't stop this thing, man. All these things are carnival. How they go stop it? Tell me. The rats, it can't stop. The flags, it can't stop. The waving, it can't stop. The stamping, it can't stop. The limbo, it can't stop. The sambo, it can't stop. The drums, it can't stop. The steel band, it can't stop. Well, you know this thing that can't stop. So we have to take a trip to Carriacou. I come back here to get on bad and forget them judges who bearing grudges on everybody. Are you ready? Take out the rag and the flag. Take out the rag and the flag and wave, 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 wave. Right now, the matter says scatter, scatter it, scatter, scatter it, scatter, scatter it. Take out the rag and the flag and wave, 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 wave. Right now, the matter says scatter, scatter not they act like it or not. Everybody turn a patriot, which remind me of Maurice Bishop when he was stand up. Wave your national color, wave your national flag. Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of God. Wave your national color, wave your national flag. Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of God. Flag on the head, flag on the head, flag on the top, flag on the front, flag on the pole, flag on the street, flag on the table, flag on the left, flag on the right, flag in the day, flag on the night, flag on building, flag on ceiling, flag on vehicle that passing. Ever conscious of God we aspire, just to rebuild Spice Island, Grenada. Despite the aid that we get from overseas, we have to work hard to fix it properly. Everyone who visit Grenada talking about how well we recover, want to use us as a formula for the disaster. Nobody didn't care about party, everybody cared about country, so we have to bring down the part to signal unity. Wave your national color, wave your national flag. Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of God. Wave your national color, wave your national flag. Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of God. Flag on the head, flag on the head, flag on the top, flag on the top, flag on the pole, flag on the street, flag on the table, flag on the left, flag on the right, flag on the day, flag in the night, flag on building, flag on ceiling, flag on vehicles that passing. Wave your national, wave your national. Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of God. Wave your national, wave your national. Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of God. Who goes there? Who goes there? Who am I? You don't know. Original madman single. I am the mad fella, wild fella, crazy fella, heat maker, crowd pleaser. And I'm mad like fire, crazy like fire, and I'm wild like fire. Every year I giving you sweet soca, for real. And you keep on treating me like a stranger. Every year I returning and contributing, but not a soca monarch I getting. So this year I come in with a different rhythm and hope that I get a taste of the thing. I am the mad fella, wild fella, crazy fella, heat maker, crowd pleaser. And I'm wild like fire, crazy like fire, and I'm wild like fire. I am the mad fella, wild fella, crazy fella, heat maker, crowd pleaser. And I'm wild like fire, crazy like fire, and I'm wild like fire. Light it up, light it up, light it, blaze it up, blaze it up, mad it up, mad it up, mad it. Light it up, light it up, blaze it up, blaze it up, light it up, light it up, spread it. Well, they keep on treating me so unfair, but I keep on coming back year after year. My fans ain't complaining about the treatment I getting. Some even think the madman should quit competing, but with my ability, quitting is not part of me, so I come here to reclaim the victory. I am the mad fella, wild fella, crazy fella, heat maker, crowd pleaser. And I'm wild like fire, crazy like fire, and I'm wild like fire. I am the mad fella, wild fella, crazy fella, heat maker, crowd pleaser. And I'm wild like fire, crazy like fire, and I'm wild like fire. Light it up, light it up, blaze it up, blaze it up, mad it up, mad it up, mad it. Light it up, blaze it up, blaze it up, light it up, light it up.
Yeah, inside the one and only original master mixer Zingo, the original crazy man, mad as a bat, yeah.
What you mean? What you mean? This is the time for unity. What you mean? Too much war. For so long we've been living in division, war and hate amongst race and nation. Black versus white, Negro versus Indian, red versus brown, Arabs versus Asian. Racial war, racial discrimination. Time to show the world we could unite and live as one, because it is. Tell them it is. What time it is? Lord, Lord, I'm tired of the watching, the cussing and the fighting. I just cannot take this thing no more, no more, no more, no more. Worries and corruption, back and all in every land. I want you to jump, jumping, jumping, jumping up, jump, jumping, jumping, jumping up, jump, jumping, jumping, jumping up. Ay, 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 ay. Time to tell them it is. What time it is? every lad I wanted to jump. Jumping, jumping, jumping up. Jump, jumping, jumping, jumping up. Jump, jumping, jumping, jumping up. Ay, 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 ay. Time to tell them it is. What time it is. Lord, Lord. Put your rag in the air now. Put your flag in the air now. Oh, Lord. Put your rag in the air now. Put your flag in the air now. Put your rag in the air now. Put your flag in the air now. Lord, Lord. The tossing and it, I just cannot think. The tossing and it, I just cannot think.
All the time for this me, because all cannot kiss me, all the better miss me. Go me fans them, what's this? Man in the air all night, this year we come out to fight. They move with the make it right, the way them treat me, so come on up light and sing. And in the air and light on fire, boy, boy, boy. And in the air gunshot on fire, put up, go, go. And in the air and strike a light and boy, 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 boy. And in the air and blaze it higher, put up, go, go. Swear them do me now, saying this so come on up. Tell them you ain't taking that. So them play me slow and them cut me short. Them diss me and me found get hot. What? You saw them do me last year in the soca mona. Me fans say that a wicked act. Me find something, you know. You saw them play me slow and them cut me short. Them threat me so me come to talk. Police man answer me. Tell me why you play me so when everything done planned already. Everything was set to go. More shiny fast like lightning. No, they choose to play it slow. Bribe you come and tell me this is what me fans them want to know. And in the air light on fire, boy, boy, boy. And in the air gunshot on fire, put up, go, go. And in the air strike a light a boy, 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 boy. And in the air I'm blazing tire, put up, go, go. You swear them do me, 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 you swear them do me. I love the act love me, but believe me, my fans I afraid them say for me to make it, I man have to go and take a bed. You singing root and lizard, foot and beat, treat and beat a spade, and after that I have to swallow up and can you is a bed. And in the air and light a fire, boy, boy, boy. And in the air gunshot a fire, put up, go, go. And in the air and strike a light a boy, 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 boy. And in the air and blaze it higher, put up, go, go. Swear them do me now, say in the soca mona. Tell them you ain't taking that. You see why them play me slow and them cut me short. Them diss me and me fans get hot. What? You see what them do me last year in the soca mona. Me fans say that a wicked act. Me find something, you know. You see what them play me slow and them cut me short. Them threat me so me come to talk. This one sing, that one sing. Everything was black and tight. The screen was on, the band play good and still them had on them feel like. How come when time for me to sing, it seems like if I have a blight. The police play me just like if them don't know what is wrong from right. And in the air light a fire, boy, boy, boy. And in the air gunshot a fire,